Salve omnes, this is Emilia, also known as TheMartianGeek, and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. In the last episode, we finished off the Esmalus Tower, and we discovered a plot to steal the septium crystal. So, we found evidence related to the burglary, and now we have to go find Josette. So, we're going off to Mistwald. And now we have Scheherazade in the party. I also changed Estelle's orbit setup. That eagle-eye quartz that we got for ranking up to level 7, we didn't have it on before because we didn't really have time between that we went right from the tower to the burglary thing. But yeah, it's worth 3 space and 2 mirage, and it lets us see enemies from a distance. Also, now I have Chaos Brand. I had to give up healing magic, but hopefully I'll have enough items for it to be okay. Then again, items cost money. And also, the Eagle-Eye Quartz also shows us those little red dots on the map, which are also indications of enemies. Yeah, now basically the draw distance isn't limited like it was before. That's not the right term for it, but like after a certain range, you couldn't see the enemies or they'd appear translucent, and now that we have Eagle Eye, that doesn't happen anymore. So Mistwald is off this way. Hopefully now that we've leveled up a bit, have more resources at our disposal, and have one more party member, we can do better than we did last time we were in this place. And I can actually go the right direction. There, I'll go up there. I'd imagine that if you wanted, you could actually do the quest for the bear claw at this point. But I don't know when it expires. So, this is Mistwald, huh? Can you tell us anything, Shara? Apparently she can't. Someone came through here, alright. From what I can see, a number of people passed through here not long ago. Ida and Mira were on the right track. How can you be so sure? I'm Scheherazade, I'm always sure. Because tracking fugitives is an essential skill for bracers. Anyway, let's check the woods. Be sure to keep your voices low. Roger that. Understood. So I guess now we can actually fight the bees if we want. Now the question is, do we... Kinda want to save my EP for the inevitable boss battle. So we didn't check out Shara's crafts. She doesn't have any CP right now, but you have Sylphin Whip, which actually has a small area of effect, and Sadist Whip, which is her S-craft, and works a lot like Estelle's, actually. And yeah, it's called Sadist Whip. Shara seems to be kind of a dominatrix, and it's really unbecoming. Makes things really awkward. I guess it is what it is. So now, in addition to hitting the bees with the stick and stabbing the bees, we can whip the bees. I guess she does have a hit quartz, so that makes her more likely to actually land a hit on them. Get ourselves some wind and mirage quartz. And fight a fart cloud. I didn't get a preemptive on it, but oh well. Yeah, in this game you can have up to 4 party members at a time. but we're not to a point in the game when you can actually have 4. Also, I think that's the first time we've seen AT delay as an effect. Well, aside from the last time we fought one of these things, when we had to come here for the medicine quest.
Oh, are we done already?
Yes, sure, we are. But AT delay basically delays your turn. Or, no, basically about it, it does delay your turn. So, it's a great thing to use against the enemies. Not so great to get hit with it yourself. It also comes into play a lot more, I feel like, in later games in the series. When there are more things that can inflict it, and more things that can hit you with it. In general, I feel like the role of crafts increases the farther along in the series you get. Oh, and now we can fight a pine plant, too. That's weird, I can't pick the other one? Is it out of her range? Well, I'm actually just gonna have her move over here. Let the aerial go off. Partly because of not wanting to knock them out of the radius, but also because I really don't want anyone to get too close to the pine plant, because we've seen what happens last time. We've seen what happens when you do that last time we fought one. I really hope he doesn't miss this. Okay, good. Ooh, I need to get Joshua out of there. What a waste of a critical. I guess I could have used Chaos Brand, but oh well. We fought one of these things at like level 3 or 4, so... And no, being fainted as it dies won't prevent it from blowing up. So let's just continue along a merry way. One thing I will say that I don't like... Oh, wow. Now we can fight those things as regular enemies, too. One thing I will say about Trails in the Sky that I don't like, as well as the way Trails of Cold Steel did it, is in Trails of Cold Steel you actually did get maps for dungeons too, and that's not the case here. Okay, it looks like Shara has a long enough reach to be able to attack the pine plant without getting blown up. So I'll have her go after that. Oh, maybe she doesn't. Well, you know, she's a dominatrix. She probably likes getting blown up. And this is gonna hurt. Not as much as I expected, but still. Well, I'd better get to the boss before the next level up. So we have two paths here. They go exactly the same place. And now things are getting a bit confusing. I don't actually know where everything is here. Hey, we found another bear claw, though. Whoa, that was dangerously close to that rhino. So it looks like, again, these just go to the same place. I certainly hope I'm not missing anything. Okay, so that goes there. And this goes nowhere. I seem to recall there being one forest dungeon in a Trails game where there's a kind of a secret passage that you couldn't see very well, or you could actually go between the trees. But I don't think that's the case here. Generally, it's pretty evident where you can go. So, this isn't where we need to be. This tree will also be important later, but I actually forget where and when. So for now, we're just gonna leave it. And let's see. This way was nothing. Yeah, this place is a bit confusing. Yes, let's do it that way. Let's see. Which one would I rather hit with the Stell's S-Craft? Probably the Cloud. I don't think S-Crafts are capable of missing. Honestly, I don't... well, whatever. Now, let's see, could I actually... no. Well, we haven't actually seen a firebolt used in action yet, so, sure. I don't know what that did, but... it was apparently fragrant. Oh, actually, I guess what that did was cancel Joshua's magic that he was casting. Fortunately, it didn't also still require using the EP from it. Go after the fart cloud. Whip it. Just gonna leave Joshua where he is, because don't really want to melee the thing, and I don't really want... I kind of want to save Joshua's EP for Ariel. Yeah, everybody's taking some hits here. Again, I wish I had a multi-target healing move too, but I don't. Eat fire, you stupid explodey plant. I guess if they explode, it would make sense that they're weak to fire, because they presumably contain some sort of flammable chemical, or incendiary chemical.
Seems you came up short.
So I actually kind of forgot which direction we were going. But I think we want to go over here. Well, that was a screen change, so that seems right. Yeah, I've actually drawn a few maps of dungeons in at least one Trails game. Like on graph paper and everything. That was too easy. And to think that something as exquisite as this fell into my hands with almost no effort. Wait till Don and Kyle hear about this. I think we found our culprit. You surprised me, that's for sure. The way you pulled off that act wearing that school uniform was simply astounding. Just what you expect from the mademoiselle of an ex-aristocratic family. Yeah, but what's in the past is in the past. But it certainly doesn't hurt that in this outfit I can deceive almost anyone. That gullible mayor and dim-witted bracer girl? Idiots, the whole lot of them. I wish I'd healed everyone up beforehand. What was that? Calm down, let's see what else they have to say. Fine, but I'm not happy about this. Yeah, but that girl seemed pretty tough. I mean, she took care of all the monsters that appeared in the mine. The mine? Oh, so you're the one who screwed up their job. If you had just done it like you were supposed to, I wouldn't have had to put on a monkey show to get this thing. My apologies. Forget about it. All's well that ends well. At any rate, those two kids being bracers was an absolute joke. Especially that brainless bimbo. She honestly believed that we could be friends. What a freaking moron. I had to try so hard to just keep from laughing. That is rich. How stupid. What's so funny? It's you guys. Yep, it's the brainless bimbo and her absolute joke of a bracer partner. And this probably won't come as a surprise, but we're going to beat you up now. What? Bracers? How did they find... They did a fine job stealing that septium from the mayor's residence, but... It looks like you were a little careless in the end. In accordance with the laws of the Bracer Guild, you are hereby under arrest and charged with breaking and entering, vandalism, and burglary. It would be in your best interest not to resist, but I'm sure Estella's hoping you will. This doesn't look good. Well, what are we gonna do now, Josette? How about you quit quaking in your boots, for starters? These bracers are nothing more than a ragtag group of kids. I think it's time we showed them the real strength of the Capua family. Who are you to be calling us kids, you brat? I've had it up to here, and I'm going to do something about it right now. Hey, that's my line. Alright, boys, get him. We have a boss battle. She has an annoying voice, too. So, Chaos Brand. It inflicts confusion status. And the thing about confusion status in this game, I already explained before, but it doesn't wear off when the person under it is attacked. But it seems like more things are vulnerable to it than usually are with confusion in RPGs, including some bosses, even. I don't know if Josette is one of them, but I remember being able to do that for some of them in the previous playthrough I did of this game. There are more things that are resistant to it and all. But anyway, we'll do that. And, oh, what does it say about him? A dagger with a poison-laced blade. And she's a caster. 550 HP, and the bandits have 415. Well, I don't expect they'll all stay within the radius of this, but we'll see how it goes. Stella could probably use some healing. Let's see, yeah, we don't have any... Oh hey, and Joshua got Ariel on a Sepithot bonus, good. I think it might actually only hit Josette, though. Yeah, well, that was a waste. Well, let's see how she does with this chaos. It actually does work on her. Fancy that. And now I can Sylphin Whip 2 of them, but I'll go ahead and save up for her S-Craft. Whip 'em good. Yeah, now that they're all together and kind of want to, and probably want to stay that way. And now we can cast Chaos Brand on the bandits too. I would use Joshua's S-Craft on Josette herself, but I kind of want to keep her alive under confusion. On the other hand, S-Crafts, critical S-Crafts. So that did a nice chunk of damage. Be overcome by the spirit of chaos. Let's see. Oh, I can actually hit all three of them with this. Well, that's one down. Oh, that's not good. She can inflict Petrify. Yeah. I think drill meatballs are actually cheaper than tear bombs when you consider the cost of the ingredients. Oh, and Josette's no longer confused. Yeah, thanks for stabbing your buddy, so I didn't have to. Chaos Round wears off just in time for it to go right back on. And let's have Shara get a critical S-craft off on the boss herself.
Someone's been naughty.
Yeah, she clearly enjoys using that whip way too much.
That's it for me.
And now, while this guy is hurting himself in his confusion, we can just stab him. Yeah, I'm glad I did decide to rearrange Estelle's corpse, because Chaos Brand can make for some hilarious effects at boss battles. Oh wow, that actually wasn't enough for a level up, so we could have fought more enemies. How in the world? You had enough yet? That's what you get for taking bracers lightly. And we'll be taking this back if you don't mind. Thank you very much. Hey, that septium belongs to me. No. No, not to you, to the people of Roland, that's who. The sheer nerve you have to say something like that is astounding. Now that we've got the crystal back, how about we move on to confession time? That's an interesting name you mentioned. The Capua family, was it? Me and my big mouth. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. So you want to be a tough egg to crack, do you? I don't mind at all. In fact, I like them that way. Ah! Well, what are you trying to do? That's a dangerous thing to be swinging around like that. Well, if you can't answer with your mouth, then maybe your body can answer instead. Eeh. But don't worry, I'll be extra gentle. Eek. Get away from you, crazy witch! I think Shara's enjoying this. Let's just sit back and enjoy the show. Joshua? I wouldn't have thought you of all people. Look out, Shara! An orbital gun? Are you alright, Shara? I'm fine. Forget about me. Look at that. An airship? Ha 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 ha. Looks like the tables are turned in our favor now, aren't they? Are you okay, Josette? Kyle, you're late. Where have you been? Oh, never mind. Just hurry up and give us a hand. No can do. Our push into the Roland region has been put on hold. Something big came up in the Bose region while you were away. What's that supposed to mean? I don't have time to explain. Hurry and hop on, or I'll have to leave you behind. Crap. Just where do you think you're going? We'll pick this up another day, and don't think you've won either. Payback's gonna be a beast. So yeah, she's the first of many, many bosses in this series that run away while taunting you. But in this case, at least we do get to defeat her for real later. I sure wasn't expecting anything like that to come out of the woodwork. Ha ha ha, it looks like they caught us all off guard. This isn't a laughing matter. Right now I'm so frustrated I don't even know what to think. Well, on the bright side, we did get the septium crystal back. Switching gears, that group sure looked to me like a bunch of sky bandits. Yes, they certainly seem of that variety. It also sounds like they've made the Bose region their base of operations as well. Their trails in the sky are the trails to bandithood. I certainly wouldn't have expected a group like that to travel all the way to a rural place like Roland. I couldn't care less if they're sky bandits or brigands. The next time I see that scruffy, lying jerk of a tomboy, I'm going to thwack bam kapow her. What's thwack bam kapow supposed to mean? Alright. So we don't have to walk back through the forest. I would assume there aren't any treasure chests in the area where the bandits were, but I'm not sure. It looks like you've had a rough day. Who'd have thought the sky bandits would appear? I don't blame you for letting them escape. No, this time it was my fault. I should have been more careful. I'm really far from being in the same league as Cassius. It's not your fault, Shara. I let my emotions get the best of me, and I was careless as well. No, you guys did a great job. Your on-site investigation of the mayor's residence was flawless, too. Don't you think you should recommend them, Ina? Yes, I was thinking the same thing as well. Recommend? What do you mean? Hold your horses. First comes the payment for a job well done. 3,000 Mira and 11 BP. Hoo yeah. I believe we actually missed out on 1 BP during the crop muncher thing, when we could have caught them immediately instead of letting them run away once, but hopefully it won't matter. This is for you both, and take this as well. And we get a recommendation. This is... As of now, you're both junior bracers. In other words, bracers in training. Weren't we already? In order to become senior bracers, you'll need to receive recommendations from all regional branches in the kingdom. This is your recommendation from the Roland branch. Is it really okay for us to have this? I had heard that in order to become a full-fledged bracer, we'd need to achieve something fairly noteworthy. I think in light of the jobs performed in your father's stead and your great showing here, your achievements are sufficient. However, those achievements are only for your work here in Roland. You'll need to receive recommendations from the other regional branches after achieving success there as well. Bose, Rouen, Zeiss, and finally Gransel. You've still got a long road ahead of you. Even so, I'm really happy. It was worth all the hard work. Now that we've come this far, don't you think we should visit the other regions too, Joshua? I figured you'd say as much. I agree with you, but we can't decide this all by ourselves. We should discuss it with Dad when he gets home. Right. Oh, that's the telephone, right? Let me guess, Cassius isn't coming home for a while? Hello, this is the Bracer Guild's Roland branch in the Liberal Kingdom. Ah, it's been a while since we last talked, hasn't it? I see. Are you sure? That's terrible. I wonder if something happened. It looks that way to me. Yes, that's right. He left on business the other day. What? I apologize, but this is a little difficult to believe. Understood. I'll pass on the news to his family. They'll be fine. They're bracers too. Yes, and if you hear anything else, please let me know. What's wrong, Ina? It's unusual for you to be so surprised like that. Who is calling? The Bose branch. Something terrible has happened. The airliner Lind has disappeared over the Bose region. Or is that Linda? What? How is that possible? I don't know any of the details, but the Royal Army is currently conducting a wide-scale search. Due to this event, all other flights have been postponed. Well, that explains the backup at the landing port. And... Ina. Estelle, Joshua, please brace yourselves. Please bracer yourselves. Your father, Cassius, was aboard the airliner that went missing. What? Impossible. There's got to be some kind of mistake. It seems his name was on the passenger list. Liberal Bracer Guild, Roland Branch, Senior Bracer, Cassius Bright, 45. Nefarious. But with that, we have finished the prologue chapter. A Father's Love, A New Beginning. We'll go ahead and save. Ellipsis. Estelle, are you in there? Joshua? Dinner's ready. Just to let you know, we'll be having roasted basil chicken and onion soup gratin. That sounds so good. I'll come down later, so why don't you two go on ahead and eat? Alright. Well, make sure to come down before your food gets cold. You too? Oh, Shara. The Wheel of Fortune card. Again. Could have been worse. It could have been the Jeopardy card. Something really is going on. I just can't see what it is. Where's Estelle? She said to go ahead and eat without her. She didn't seem to have an appetite. I see. She took the news a lot better than I thought she would. It's not surprising she doesn't want to come out of her room, seeing as how close she is with her father. I agree. So what do you think about all of this, Shara? Is it an accident or an incident? To be honest, I couldn't say either way. Your dad is a top-class bracer. When it comes to crisis management, he's the best there is. Whichever it is, if your father happens to be there, it'll be resolved. But the fact is, an airliner, along with your father, has gone missing. In other words, what you're trying to say is that things that shouldn't have happened, happened, right? Don't lose heart on me now. You need to be a stout wall of support and bear Estelle up. I'll get to work tomorrow and see what I can find out. Man, it sure smells good down here. I can't stand it any longer. What? Well, that escalated quickly. Estelle, are you okay? I'm so hungry I thought I was going to pass out. Oh, this looks so good. Bon appetit. Aren't you two having any? This is great. The basil flavor really comes out when you roast it. You sure know how to cook, Joshua. Well, thanks. Come on, Shara, don't you just sit there too. Do you want to drink some of my dad's brandy from his secret stash? I'm pretty sure there's a bottle of Steinrose that's about 20 years old in there. Did you say Steinrose? And 20 years old, too? Shara, what do you think you're doing? Sorry, Estelle, I'm going to have to pass this time. By the way, what were you doing up in your room? You didn't come down even after Joshua called you for supper. Huh? Oh, right, I was just looking for some extra underwear. I was having a bit of trouble finding one of my favorites because it was stuffed in the back of one of the drawers. Underwear? Oh, and a set of gear for traveling. I mean, who knows how long we'll be gone, so I figure as long as we're prepared, we'll have nothing to worry about. So what you're saying is, you intend to head to Bose to find your father? Well, duh, that's a no-brainer. And while I can't imagine anything bad happened to him despite his horrible luck, waiting around just doesn't suit me, so I'm gonna go check things out for myself. You really are something else. Whether it's your positive attitude or thick skin, I can't say, but... What? You're so rude, Joshua. But you are coming along too, right? Of course. However, it looks like all airliner flights have been cancelled until the Army finishes their search. It seems like the only way to Bose is on foot. Walk to Bose, huh? I wonder how long that's gonna take. For a bracer on foot, if they hurry, they can make it there in about half a day. But if that's the route you're taking, that makes things easy. I think I'll tag along as well. Really? You'll come with us? But aren't you busy with a bunch of other jobs? Hey, I trained under your father, right? Did you honestly just think I'd just sit here when something could have happened to the person I owe so much to? I'm going to talk to Ina and have her pass my jobs at the guild to another member. What other members of the Bracer Guild even are there, at least the ones in Roland? Shara. We really appreciate this, Shara. You really shouldn't be thanking me. I just can't leave a job as big as this up to a bunch of newbies. I hate to say it, but you're probably right. Oh well, since Shara's along for the ride now, I do feel a bit more confident. Yeah, we'll actually have 3 party members. Power output, or attack output, or whatever increased by 50%. We appreciate you coming with us. Myself as well. Anyway, let's make sure to drop by the guild tomorrow morning before we leave. We'll need to explain the situation to Ina. Chapter 1, Disappearance of the Lind. Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. I understand the situation now. To be frank though, with Scheherazade taking off after Cassius, I'm going to be really short-handed. But since this involves him directly, please don't worry about anything. I really appreciate this, Ina. Make good use of Ridge while we're gone. You should be able to deal with at least 3 times his normal workload. Don't you think that's a bit harsh? Don't worry, if things get too hectic, I'll ask for help from the Gransel branch. By the way, Scheherazade, can I get a minute? I'd like to talk with you about the job you're going to do. Sure, no problem. Estelle, Joshua, can I have you two wait upstairs? I'll be done in a minute. Understood. Shara? If we're going to be waiting, would you mind if we did it out in front of the clock tower? I'd like to say hi to someone. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, then let's meet up in front of the clock tower. As soon as I'm done here, I'll head over there myself. Got it. Come on, Joshua. Sure. Septium Calendar 1075, erected in partnership with the liberal royal family, Septian Church, and Roland City. 1192, destroyed during the 100 Days' War when Roland was bombarded by the Erebonian Imperial Army. 1197, rebuilt with the cooperation of the citizens of Roland. Every time I see this clock tower, I always think, they sure did a superb job restoring it after the war. You can sure feel the spirit of Roland's people from this. Estelle? Joshua? What do you think about going up with me and waiting until Shara shows up? You mean the clock tower? Sure, I don't mind. Okay, come on. The morning air is so refreshing. Hey look, Joshua, we can see the house from here. You're right, I can see the roof. Do you want to tell me what's going on, since you've always avoided coming up here? I was under the impression that you didn't like this place. I like this place, but I just can't casually come up here. Because this is the place where my mom died. What? "10 years ago during the war, when the Imperial Army surrounded Roland, they bombarded the symbol of the city, the clock tower, to try and get the citizens to surrender. This was at the time Dad was fighting in the Royal Army. I wanted to see who he was fighting against, so I climbed up the clock tower, and when the bombardment started, I couldn't get away. When I came to, I hardly had a scratch on me. My mother had saved me. I was wrapped tightly in her arms, shielded from the rubble, and as I cried, she sang my favorite lullaby. But, when they finally dug us free, after the war ended and this place had been rebuilt, I avoided coming here for the most part. It's not because I have painful memories of this place, though. It's just when I come here, a part of me wants so much to draw on her strength. Plus, I felt that I can't be strong like her if I'm always trying to rely on her. Estelle. But today is okay, right? Relying on her just this once? Asking her to bring Dad home safely? Asking her to protect him? Of course it is. And don't worry, Dad's safe for sure. Your mother's protecting him, so there's no doubt in my mind that he's safe. And if he happens to be in a bit of trouble, then you can come to his rescue. Just like your mother did for you, you can do the same for your dad. And don't forget, I'm here to help you too. Joshua, I know I can't completely understand everything you've been through, but I can stay here by your side as I am now. And if you need a shoulder to cry on, you've always got mine. So... Huh? Joshua, you're trying too hard. You shouldn't say things like that so lightly. What do you mean? If I were any other girl, I would totally have misinterpreted your intentions just now. You are seriously the type who's going to have problems with romantic relationships in the future. I'm already starting to get worried. Well, excuse me for trying to be nice. Why do you have to be like that when someone is genuinely worried about you? Thanks for cheering me up, Joshua. I feel a lot better now. I guess as long as I get some kind of thanks, it was worth looking like a complete fool. But you are unbelievable. Don't be so mad. I'm really thankful, believe it or not. So how about we get down from here, huh? I'm sure Shara's waiting for us. You're probably right. Mom, I finally realized why I wanted to become a bracer. It's so I could become strong and protect others just like you. So please watch and see. I won't fail to bring Dad home safe again. Aw, the two of you had such a cute scene going on up there. Why, my cheeks even feel a bit hot just thinking about it. What's that supposed to mean? You were spying on us? Give me some credit, will you? I just happened to see you when I looked up to check the time. I sure wish I had an orbital camera to get a shot of that view. Come on. What are you trying to say, Shara? That's called family bonding, plain and simple. It's kind of like your habit of hugging everyone after your third bottle of wine. Let's not get into that. What's with the sigh? You really don't know how to take a joke, do you? Well, whatever. Did you say hi to Lena while you were up there? Yeah. I even asked for her to watch over Dad. I see, then I guess it looks like you're all set. You know, Lena's protection is equal to that of the goddess herself. Your dad's safety is pretty much guaranteed. I think you may be giving her a little too much credit. Now that you mention it, you met Estelle's mother before, right, Shara? Yeah, when I was a child. I was still in a troupe at the time. A troupe? Yeah, a troupe in a traveling circus. Shara was a dancer. Although it was a long time ago, we first met when she came to Roland with the circus. 12 years ago, to be exact. I was 11 and Estelle was 4. Ah, so she's 23. And because of that chance encounter, when I became a bracer, I trained under your father. I didn't know that. Maybe I'll tell you about it sometime when I get a chance. Are you about ready to head out for Bose? With the airliner flights cancelled, we'll just have to make our way to Bose the old-fashioned way, by foot. First, we'll need to make our way to the Verte Bridge checkpoint, which sits on the border of the Bose region. The Verte Bridge is located at the west end of the Milch Main Road. Told you that would come up again. It looks like we're all set, so let's go. Alright, so... I'm assuming we don't have anything to do with the Bracer Guild because it's a new chapter and it'll be a new town. Oh. Letter carrier. Huh. I'm glad I checked. Okay. So I'll talk to him. Well, good morning, everyone. Are you going on a journey somewhere? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And deliver the letter. Father Holstein and Bose, okay. Chapel's on the east side. Alright. $7,732 Mira, nice. And the Milch Main Road should be to the left, yeah. So that, I think we will start on next time. So, I will see you then.